Hello, folks. Recently, I wrote a blog post on the Oxygen XML blog about what Oxygen XML, our Oxygen XML editor, author, and developer desktop suite does in order to protect your security and data integrity. And I will talk now about on this subject, and I will show you, some examples with the Oxygen XML editor with the upcoming, which is XML Editor version 29. So, it starts from from people asking us how secure Oxygen is, and I will explain to you now some of the sections in this article. First of all, our company has a certification which applies to how we approach information security, and this certificate is available. So this is another blog post. This certification is about how we handle data protection and risk management in the company. And if you want to see the certificate, it's available on our website. There are people asking us if we do SOC2 style penetration testing for Oxygen Desktop. But this standard is designed for service organization and hosted platforms. So Oxygen Desktop is an application which gets installed on your side. It's not a service, it's not a web server, for example, or a service CMS that we provide to you. We use quite a number of third-party libraries in Oxygen. And if you look in About box, we clearly list all the libraries here, along with the licenses and their versions. We also use certain frameworks, for example, the Bootstrap framework for the web help output, with the Data Open Toolkit um, publishing engine. And all these frameworks are listed here along with the license types. Sometimes vulnerabilities may be reported for these libraries, and we find this out by having automatic systems. And then we need to know how to respond to these vulnerabilities reported on these libraries. And sometimes we may update the library, the application in order to have to benefit of the latest library if we find that a risk is severe and exploitable, or we may determine that a CVE does not affect Oxygen. So in that case, we just publish security advisories, and they are available on our website for people to see how we handled various CVEs. With Oxygen being a desktop application, in general, it connects by default to our website just to keep you informed about various events and releases. So if you go to the Oxygen preferences global, you have all these three checkboxes checked by default: automatic version checking, check for Oxygen related events, and check for notifications. And you can disable all these three settings. And you can also disable these settings when you install Oxygen. So these privacy options are available when you install Oxygen on Windows and Linux. Right at the end of the installer where it says privacy options. And we also added a couple more settings. We realized some people do not want AI support at all. So Oxygen does not come with AI support. And for those specific companies, we added a setting to disallow Oxygen to install the AI Positron add-on as an optional add-on. And we also added a setting to disallow installing any add-ons for company who are who do not want to install anything else, do not want their users to install anything else in Oxygen after they have installed Oxygen. We make available quite a number of plugins in Oxygen. So we have these official add-ons that no, we provide for you. So we have them. Well, we have a special website where we list all our add-ons, AI, collaboration, conversion, and so on. And these add-ons are available for you to install by default when you start Oxygen and when you're using Oxygen. And in the add-ons preferences page, we list these three official pages from which you can install add-ons. So other companies may create their own add-ons for Oxygen. This is our list of add-ons, but you can also paste here your own URL provided maybe that by a third party. And you must know that installing plugins contributed by someone else may add security risks. You need to verify that those parties are verified and trusted, and that no, because those plugins are allowed to to modify files on your computer or to run processes. So no, you need to be vigilant and take a good look at what add-ons you installed in Oxygen, because they may produce side effects when Oxygen is working for you. Besides installing plugins, the add-on support allows you also to install frameworks. And Oxygen comes with a lot of frameworks installed by default, but you can also install frameworks provided by others. And these frameworks may have extensions which again allow the framework to make changes to files or to run processes. So again, here you need to be careful and install only frameworks provided by trusted third parties. I'm sure you probably figured this out, but so whenever Oxygen does a remote URL connection, like maybe to this Yahoo website, you get a dialog here. This is a security feature. It tells you the application connects externally, and then you can deny, allow, or remember, or allow. Um, and we have this trusted hosts website where in time you may gather a lot of web pages to which you have allowed access. So maybe sometimes it's good to do some cleanup and to reset these trusted hosts preferences. So Oxygen allows you to see quite clearly when it does a remote HTTP connection. Sometimes you save passwords in Oxygen. For example, when you create a WebDAV connection, and or so you go WebDAV and then you have a user and a password. These passwords are stored as secrets. They are encrypted, and they are encrypted specifically for your account so that nobody can take a certain file from your computer containing the password and use it on another computer. For example, this connection again has an encrypted password, and all the good plugins like our AI Positron plugin um, encrypt uh, no, uh, settings which are confidential, like the API key. And in Oxygen 29, we created a special secrets page where one can define editor variables and map them to encrypted values. So once you have such mappings, in places where you need to expand passwords, you can do something like this. So here I have a model context protocol configuration, and I will expand this key to this value from the Oxygen secrets page. So this will be in Oxygen 29 as a separate security layer. Uh, as you probably saw, most of our preference pages can be saved at project level and shared with others in the project which is opened when people want to edit that particular project. And whenever there is a project which contains saved configurations and you want to open it, you will get a warning from Oxygen. It says this project contains options that will change the application interface and behavior. So this is another security feature that we have. It allows you to load the project without loading also the options which have been saved inside the project. Um, Moving on to untrusted content. Sometimes you may receive XML documents and files from the internet. Maybe somebody gives you an email like, check out this XML document or open this style sheets and execute it. And Oxygen has built-in protections against many well-known XML processing vulnerabilities. For example, this is an XML with $1 billion attack here. So it has entities which expand to now to create a lot of memory consumption. And as you see, Oxygen protects you. If Oxygen didn't have this protection, it will it will use a lot of CPU and memory when you open such a file. So the settings we have in the XML parcels page uh, keep you confident and in control of these security problems which may appear when you open documents which are untrusted and sent to you by somebody. Uh, People may attempt to steal content from your files by using entity references. In this case, I have an XML document and it refers with an entity to a file and then it's expanded in the document. And they may send you an XSLT style sheet and say, okay, run this style sheet. And you see that XSLT has support for URL references. And here the style sheet, when applied on the XML, will expand the entity and will attempt to send it as a parameter. So again, here you see that Oxygen intervenes. It says, okay, the application tried to connect, and here you can see the payload of the URL, what it tries to send to the remote server. So keep vigilant and check what URLs are called by Oxygen, and try not to open or to allow untrusted persons to work with you and to send you files. Um, if the application crashes, it has various settings which allow you to recover the information. So we have the save page with the save allowing you the application to save the entire content in one go, and also a setting to save automatically recover information. It's usually set at 5 minutes, but you can also set it to 1 minute. And this information is saved for every file which is not saved by you. So if you work on files and do not have the habit to save them, this setting will save these files automatically to your local disk. And then if Oxygen crashes in the unlikely event of that happening, and then you reopen Oxygen, it will attempt to give you auto recover information, so that it will show a dialog like this and allow you to recover the content of the files that haven't yet been saved. Sometimes XML documents may be saved with incorrect encoding, and in that case Oxygen will disallow you to open these files, because if you open them and then save them, you may break the content inside them. So Oxygen has a setting which allows you to see to configure how these encoding errors are handled. For example, if you want to replace the characters which are badly encoded with an equivalent and be able to open such files. Oxygen attempts to protect you against out-of-memory problems. So it has a maximum amount of memory, and you can observe it here at this total. And you can also increase the maximum amount of memory if Oxygen has the habit to show you an out of memory problem. But it also have various optimizations and restrictions. For example, in the Oxygen preferences global, it says that it will, whenever you load a project, it only loads the current open file, and all the files, other files are lazily loaded when you click on them. Or in Oxygen 29 will automatically unload unused documents when you have low memory problems in Oxygen. Um, what else do we do? If you have very large files and attempt to open them in Oxygen, we show this warning to you, and then you can decide to optimize Oxygen for loading large or huge files. For example, this file has 1 GB, so I can continue to load it with the huge file support, and Oxygen will load it in a stream of pages so that it doesn't consume any memory when working with the file. And last but not least, if you have any questions for us or security related problems, you can use our help report problem dialog to contact us directly. So do not hesitate, and we'll be here to help you. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and if you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.